Hello Scorpios, and thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in today, tonight, or whichever time you're deciding to watch this reading right now. Before I even get started with your reading, I did a pre-shuffle for your energy and it's laid on the table right now. I asked for 3 oracles to explain the energy, to explain the process or the current energy that needs to be clarified for you, for some of you. Okay, hope that the messages find you well, but if not, if they don't resonate, it just simply means that it's not your energy or message, okay? The first that comes out is past life activation. Okay, hopefully you can see that well enough. Okay, past life activation. The second is ascension, the rainbow bridge. Okay, that's the second one. And the third is pink rose, the lady nada. There's a theme here with these first 3 that I got. Each woman's hands is just like this, if you can see. If you guys see me looking off, I'm looking in the mirror at my camera so I can get the angle right for you so you can see what I'm talking about. You see this woman in her mastered state. This is how all 3 of these oracles look. Let me show them to you again. Okay, you see how she looks? You see the energy she's embodying. You see the energy that she's embodying right here. You see her position. It's the same thing. So you're being told 3 times about the activation and awakening that's happening within you spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Starting off with the first one, with past life activation. This is you coming into yourself. A lot of you are sometimes, a lot of you are currently tapping into old spiritual gifts and superpowers and abilities that you at one point never had a clue that you had. Some of you may have felt like there was nothing really special about you, or nothing really significant about who you were as an individual. And through this activation of your divine self, through this ascension process, through the process of your soul's mastery, you're finding a greater purpose to what you do and what you actually have, and how many skills, gifts, and abilities you actually have within you. A lot of you guys are discovering this right now. Spiritual talents, musical talents, emotional talents, energetic talents, verbal talents, physical talents. It's a whole bunch of things that some of you guys are tapping into now, or you're relearning about. And like I said, as it says, a past life activation, this is only about what you already have within. You're rediscovering what you already have within. You're rediscovering what you already have and what you've already had. Okay, when we live life cycle after life cycle after life cycle, sometimes we forget certain shit. So that's what you're doing right now. You're remembering certain things about how it is, or what it means to fully be mastered, to fully be fulfilled, to fully reach that ascended master state in being, okay, within and out. This is conquering any type of, some of you guys may felt that whatever your past life was, or your past life gifts or skill is currently, you don't realize that's something that you use in the last life cycle or past life cycles to empower yourself, to bring healing, not only to yourself a lot of times, but to other people. You know, when you tap into that energy, when you tap into that power, when you tap into that source like that, you discover a lot. So currently, a lot of you Scorpios are discovering a lot about yourself, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Whatever present talent, whatever talents and gifts and skills and abilities that are present, okay, that you're learning about, that you're growing in, that you're building on, you're discovering, oh, it's really not ordinary, it's actually extraordinary, because not only is it helping me, I can find this to be very helpful to other people as well, or that's something that you're going to find out very soon in the future. But this is all about you learning about your past life. Some of you could be having past life regressions. Some of you could be having yourself very drawn to certain, some of you may feel very drawn to certain things right now. For some reason, you may not have a logical explanation as to why, you know, you're into this now, or you're all about it now, or you're doing research on this now. But this is something that you're about now. This is something that you're into. This is something that you're intrigued by. And a lot of times you're being led by your soul. Your soul has to help you to rediscover who you are in this life cycle. So that is what is currently happening. No, it does not feel great all the time. It doesn't feel like the best fucking thing to experience all the time. Sometimes it's a little bit cloudy. It's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit, you know, overwhelming in a sense, but it's all leading you back to where you need to be. Okay, it's all leading you back to who you truly are within. And that's what's happening to some of you Scorpios right now. You're tapping into that past life energy and rediscovering shit about yourself. Okay, this could also speak of you. I don't know why I want to mention this too, but this could also speak about you going back into your childhood and rediscovering something about your childhood, rediscovering something about your youth. Okay, or rediscovering your youth now, and that's a part of your power. That's a part of your skill, gift, and ability. But overall, this is all about you tapping into ancient, sacred soul power that you have within to help you to truly master this reality, yourself first, and then this reality through divine's guidance, love, and grace. Okay, all right. Excuse me. So what's followed by that is Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. This just simply amplifies or reiterates the first one that I just talked about, okay? As you see, this woman holds the same position, okay? So some of you Scorpios, as I spoke about the theme of the hands and the meditative state, some of you could be in a very deep meditative state right now. Some of you could be really doing your shadow work. Some of you could be really handling yourself, if that makes sense to some of you, in a sense of really dealing with you and really figuring you out and really diving into your own ocean to find your way, to find your path, and to, like I said, to find your purpose through this experience of life. You know what I'm saying? She's in a altered state, okay? She's in a mastered state. She's in a meditative state, okay? As you can see, all these colors are sort of like symbolizing her chakras. They're aligning, they're clearing, they're being connected, okay? The frequency of all of her chakras are being tuned up, okay? She's connecting to the divine source creator, all of her guides, angels, guides, guardians, protectors, divine ascended masters, and teachers, every beautiful divine being in between and out between that's connected in this reality and above it, okay? That's that type of energy. That's what you're encouraged to continue to have, or that is the energy that you're encouraged to embrace. A meditative master state of yourself, okay? Seeing things from a higher perspective, approaching things with a higher or more positive intention, okay? Putting more positive action towards it so you can come here and see and feel clearly. You don't have to be confused about anything when you're in this state. When you're in this state, it's just you and God and your divine guides that are guiding you, that are helping you, that are assisting you and clearing out any old debris that needs to be sort of like cleared away from you. I'm sure, okay, you can see it better that way. But you know what I'm saying? She's in her meditative state. Okay, so some of you are definitely doing this right now. Some of you have possibly been doing a lot of meditating. Okay, and not necessarily in this position, but just self-reflection, deep inner self-reflection, deep inner self-work. This is something that you're encouraged to do if you are not already currently doing it. Ascension means to rise to a higher level, a higher frequency, a higher reality, so that you can see beyond whatever type of lower level energy or frequency that could be hindering your growth. This is what this means. This is the energy that's currently being embodied in this oracle. Okay, this is the energy that you're currently embodying, possibly. If not, you are always encouraged to embrace it. Okay, what's followed by the third is Pink Rose of Lady Nada. Through this journey of self-discovery with past life activation, through this journey of self-mastery with Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge, we have the Pink Rose of Lady Nada. And what this means simply is that she's coming into a place of full peace. I'm talking about peace that a lot of us are still working on. It's a sense of peace that a lot of us are still working towards. It's a sense of fulfillment and happiness and joy and contentment that a lot of us are still working towards to get to. Okay, this is you reaching that place of forgiveness of yourself and everything else and everybody else that may have affected you negatively, because you've gone through the process of understanding it wasn't just about me. This is what you discover through this whole journey, through this whole process. It's not just about me. It's about everything else and me following and honoring my purpose and my part on my path and journey of what I need to conquer, what I need to master, what I need to fix in order for things to improve in my reality. So as long as you take it from that perspective, as long as you are embracing it from that perspective, this is the type of peace and contentment you embrace. This woman has two sort of like bird baths on the side of her. This is sort of like her earthly self, if you can see that at the bottom. Okay, the woman, the actual physical woman at the bottom, and this very, very large woman at the top, right? This is her higher self, rather, or her most, or I would say her ascended self, okay? And this is you finding forgiveness, peace, contentment, fulfillment with yourself, with your life, with your purpose and your journey. And that's something that you're currently doing. If not, that's something that you're already doing. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of self-connection. It's a journey of reconnection, an in-depth connection, and a renewed relationship with God, with your divine guides, with yourself, with your reality, and everything in between that. You know, this is you understanding everything about your journey and coming to a place of complete peace and contentment where, I don't want to say nothing, I'm hearing the phrase where nothing really ever bothers you anymore, because it's almost like, I would use this example. I don't want to make this like a direct thing or direct example, but this is what I'm getting. You know, if you guys have ever seen like videos or read stories of people having near-death experiences, okay, and or very, very deep spiritually transformative experiences, right? And they have these experiences, and these people go through these certain things in their own particular way, from their own particular realities in which God can speak to them. See, God knows how to speak your language. So don't ever think that whatever happens to you or whatever you go through, whatever spiritual experience you experience is going to be sort of like unknown to you. God knows how to speak your language. God knows how to communicate with you. Divine's guidance overall knows how to tap into you and to get you to see something about yourself that somebody else may struggle to help you see. You understand what I'm saying? So back to what I was saying, near-death experiences. Let me fix my necklace, y'all. Hold on. Okay, if you guys have ever seen videos of or movies or like glimpses or like read short stories about people having near-death experiences, and how some of them are sometimes very scary, okay? Some of them are very beautiful. I want to give you an example. There was a story that I read recently. Well, not recently. Let me take that back. Not recently. There was a story that I read about this doctor, okay? He believed more in science than actual spiritualism or spirituality. He was more of a scientist than a spiritual body. You know what I'm saying? So he had that type of logic. He had that type of understanding. That was what he was comfortable with. But some type of way, I don't really know exactly how he had the near-death experience, but he had one. And he spoke about how the perspective of life changed for him after that. He gave an example. Well, not an example. He said that he was a dot on the wing of a butterfly, if that makes sense. That's what he experienced. That's the perception that he felt. That's where and what he knew he was at that time when he had that spiritual experience. Be it, I believe it was a near-death experience, but it was something close to a near-death or very, very spiritual experience for him. And it just brought him a completely different perspective when it came to himself, when it came to God, when it came to life in general, and how amazing things really, really are. You know what I mean? How deep God loves run, you know, how deep life, how unlimited and how limitless life is in existence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it brought him a whole different sense of understanding. And mind you, like I said before, this was a man that was all about science, and that's having that type of perspective. It's all good, okay? For whoever needs to hear it like that, it's all good. Okay, you come to a place after this journey and this experience or these experiences of understanding yourself, understanding your talent, skill, gifts, and abilities spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, mastering that from the highest perspective, from the highest intentions, with the highest action and effort through divine love and guidance and grace. You come to a state, you come to a place where you are in full, at full peace, full contentment, full happiness, full joy. Like, you understand now, you now understand the perception of God, the perception of life itself, and how beautiful it is. Like I said before, how deeply God love runs in every living being in this reality, from the elements to the animals to the people, everything. You know, this is having that type of understanding. Okay, so I'm going to leave that reading there. Okay, And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers here. Okay, from the Soul's Journey Lesson Oracles. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers here. But yeah, I want to leave it there. Scorpio, you are on a journey. You are on a purpose, and you have to allow yourself to be in this space. Embody this type of energy. Okay, embody this type of energy. Embody that type of energy. Feel this type of energy. Understand this type of energy. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. I know it's not fucking easy. I know it's frustrating. I know it can feel overwhelming, but that's what you're here to do. To get to this space, this mastered space, this place of full peace, full fulfillment, full contentment. As you see, this woman has, well, your higher self in a figurative sense, has a rainbow in her hands. That's complete peace. That's after the storm. That's sunshine. That's beautiful. That's God. That's divinity. Okay? You finally gain on that. You finally have that. You finally reach that level of yourself. You know? Okay. So I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers. I'm going to leave the reading there. Okay? I know it's just 3, but I think that was enough that needed to be said there. So I hope that whatever I said, whichever way that I said this just now, I hope that it helps you. Okay? Alright. Okay, guys. My camera stopped recording. I had to hit record again, but here we go. Okay. Alright. Divine, I asked for the first oracle to come through. That's beautiful though. I know it's rough. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Some of you are encouraged to focus on your health right now as you are going through all this spiritual shit right here that I was just talking about. Yeah, you focusing on your health is very important. So right now, I know for some of you that could be struggling, I'm going to speak about both groups, okay? First group, for those of you that are on a high note, in a sense, in vibration and in frequency, you're feeling good and everything, and you feel like you're in alignment, and that feels good, and that's finally getting to a more positive and balanced and aligned space, and you feeling really good about that. Continue to focus on your health, okay? Continue to be mindful of the things that you look at, you listen to, you eat, okay? Things that you wear, things that you ingest energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Be observant of your health all the way around, because it's very important as you are in this process and on this journey right now. Okay, for those of you that are struggling and you know you want to binge a little bit and eat those junk foods, and you want to eat comfort food and do certain stuff that makes you feel a little bit normal or a little bit less anxious, okay, you can do that. Okay, you can give yourself the comfort shit when you need it, but don't overindulge. Okay, do not overindulge. Allow yourself to give yourself discipline when needed and necessary. Okay, allow yourself to give yourself time to enjoy whatever it is that you enjoy, but pull it back and dial it back and start to get back on track when it's time to get back on track. It's sort of like, okay, you can have whatever it is that you like, or you can do whatever it is that you like. Just do it in moderation, so that it does not, so that you do not neglect yourself so much, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, so that you're not feeling like shit after you eat it, or you're not feeling like crap after you do it, or you're not feeling too low and too cloudy, in a sense, if that makes sense, after it's done. Allow yourself to know the difference between moderation and overindulging. Know the difference and be disciplined about that, so that you can continue to raise your vibration and your frequency. Okay, because y'all know there's certain things that you see, you hear, you talk about, you think about, you ingest physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and energetically, that throws you off. Be mindful of those things. Be mindful of that shit and respond accordingly right now. Because for both of you Scorpios that are on a high note right now, that are feeling really good about your alignment and your ascension, and for those of you that could be really struggling right now, know the difference and respond accordingly to where it best serves your health right now, wherever you are right now. Okay, be mindful of that. All right, Divine, I ask for the next oracle to come through. Thank you. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Yeah. Trust. Trust in divine's guidance overall, the divine source creator, your higher guides from the higher realms, including your higher self. They're there, they're present, they're with you. Okay? For whoever needs to hear that. Trust that. Even in the confusion, just like I was speaking about the group that was feeling good and the group that's kind of really fucking struggling right now. Trust it anyway. Have faith anyway. Believe in the purpose and the process in your journey. You're going to reach this place of peace. You will. Okay? Trust. Alright? It's going to make sense in this flipped success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. What did I just say? What did I just say? Huh? Success. You're going to get there. You are. You just have to allow the process. And I know it's fucking annoying as hell. It annoys the fuck out of me a lot of times on some days. I'm like, what the, what the fuck? But I got to go through my process. I got to allow myself to understand. It's not always going to, you're not going to feel 100% every day. Okay, for those of you that don't feel 100% every day, you need to know this. You're going to get there. You just have to trust the process of getting there through this process, okay? All right. So, with all of that being said, Scorpios, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope that whatever I said in whichever way that I said it, I hope that it resonated for you, brought you some clarity of some kind, and if not, it's all good. This simply means that it was not your energy or message. Thanks again so much for watching, Scorpios. Until next time, I send you guys love. I hope that you guys push through this shit, okay? Continue to push through. If you're on a high note, continue to dig deep and push through. If you're on a low, it's all good. You're just learning different perspectives, okay? We have a light side and a shadow. Some Scorpios are in the light right now. Some Scorpios are in the shadow. You just have to master that power through that. You have to know that God has given you the ability to master that shit and to conquer it. In whichever way you feel like it could be debilitating you right now. In whichever way you feel a little bit confused, you got this, okay? Continue to trust and have faith and allow yourself to embrace and explore and just digest the process, okay, as best as you can, okay, with higher thought, higher action, higher effort and intention, okay, and you will get there. You will find peace, fulfillment, and contentment. It will be so, okay. So more to be. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, I will see you again with another reading.